All right, guys, we're on project number 4. It's this adorable little tea tote. Now, this little tea tote is perfect for Ghirardelli Square chocolates also. I've got my favorite Trader Joe's English breakfast tea in there. And you're going to start out with a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. Choose any one from your full package. Cut yourself a 6x6 piece and grab your kit. And what you'll find inside is some saffron. It's about 2 3/4 by 2.5. Got a Whisper white piece. Use your scraps here. This is about 3 by 1.5. We've got 3 medium daisy punches. We did this one for you, but of course you can get that medium daisy punch on marissaAlvarez.stampin'up.net. The little leaf punch from Pear Pizzazz. That one you can't get, sold out, but you can use any leaf you like. And then I've got a little half-inch saffron circle in here. Let's start with our tea tote. It's a really small little origami fold, or it's a really easy little origami fold. Don't forget, grab your ribbon. You got the full boat and your gilded enamels. We're gonna need those for this project. I'm gonna start with a bone folder and the designer series paper. So slide those guys to the side, don't lose them. And we're going to fold with the pattern paper that we want on the outside, corner to corner in a diagonal. Then we'll get our Simply Score tool. We're gonna put this guy in the Simply Score tool on that diagonal fold that we just made. So this longest edge of the triangle, put that guy in there, and it's gonna be about 8.5 inches now. You're gonna score this on that 8.5 inch, that long side across the top at 2 3/4 and 5 3/4. 2 3/4, remember you're going through 2 layers of paper, so score firmly, and 3 3/4. Now you want to rotate it so that that long edge of the triangle is on your side edge here. And you're going to score this guy all the way down at 1/2 inch. So I just start off the edge here, the 1/2 inch, kind of working towards the top. Once I got the groove, then I'll carefully bring it down. You're scoring through 2 layers, so feel free to go back and forth a time or two. And that's your scoring. Now you're gonna open this up. The outside is your outside, so if you have a preference for your pattern, which pattern's gonna be on the outside, remember that when you open up, the outside is the outside. But because I always work my scores inside out first, we're gonna do that. So I'm working the inside out. That way, if the pattern cracks, if you're having a really dry day, if you score really heavy and the pattern cracks, it's gonna crack on the inside. So now we'll turn it back in, right side in, work those scores. Got that. Now, here we've got our outside pattern on the outside, inside pattern on the inside, right? We're going to go on the center folds here, right sides together, and then we're gonna fold it back, and then flip it over and fold it back. And there's your little origami pouch. See that? Now you got the 2 pockets. It'll stand cute. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple folding, isn't it? All right, so we've got our little pocket. We're just gonna reinforce some of those folds. Great. Now, I'm gonna take a corner rounder and we're gonna round the top. So we'll put these 2 together into a corner rounder, give it a punch. I think I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. There we go. Then we need a handle. So we're gonna grab a 1-inch circle. We're gonna make a little handle here. Just pop that guy in. Use those little 1-inch circles somewhere else. Grab your spool of ribbon. We're gonna tie our ribbon tie the two little handles together. Nice, big, generous bow. If you're jumping in the middle and you want some tips on how to tie single-sided ribbon, check out the first video, number 1 in the class. It'll help you with how to tie that single-sided ribbon. Sometimes it's tricky. You've got a bow that you like. Trim away from the spool. Now, time for some stamping. Got Daffodil Delight, soft suede. Okay, let's start with our little bees. We're gonna need 2. We're gonna sandwich the wire between these 2 bees. So it'll only look like 1, but it'll be finished on both sides. So we got 2 little bees. Now our hive, Daffodil Delight ink on So Saffron. I'll give us a nice tone on tone, a little variegated look between the colors. Let the ink transfer, give it a second. There we go. And let's slide these guys to the side. I'm gonna grab my little Stampin' Up! Grid paper here. A little 1/2-inch circle. 1/2-inch circle is for our flower center, and I don't want it to be a plain Jane, so a little bit of speckle. This is from the Artisan Textures stamp set. This is a retiring set from the 2019-2020 annual catalog. I love this set for adding little texture touches. It really wakes up a project when you add a little color on color stamping to give a little texture. Let's die cut our bees in our hive. We've done this before. It's going to take 2 passes for that bee. I'll get those cut out and we'll meet you right back here. I've got 2 bees, a hive, a flower center. Let's go ahead and add a touch of color to the bees. Now it's your choice if you want to color both bees. One is going to be on the bottom side. Now, if you're looking carefully, you're going to see the other side. So I like the little details. I'm going to color both bees. Now, on the opposite side, if you wanted to, you could cut out a plain bee without even any stamping on it. Really what you're doing is just sandwiching in the wire between these 2 shapes. So your choice how much detail you want to work on that back side. Here's your wire and your flowers. Let's build a little daisy first. You're going to want to very carefully build your daisy. You need a bone folder, but you want to roll the petals, but you need to use a super light touch. You don't want to pull the petals off the flower. They do come off the flower easily. So if you're got a heavy hand or you're afraid, just do it between your thumb and forefinger. That works too. And that way you don't pull the petals off. Very gentle. He loves me, he loves me not. He loves me. No, that's what we're trying to avoid, right? We're going to keep all the petals on there. Once you've rolled all 3, we're going to put them together with a little multi-purpose liquid glue and make this very full daisy. First row of petals is curved down towards the table. We're going to add our multi-purpose liquid glue in the center. And the next row of petals, they curl up. Third row of petals, they're going to curl up also, so you can put it on the back. And then each time I adhere a layer and give the petals a 1/3 of the way twist. We want the petals to fill in, alternating from each other. I like the multi-purpose liquid glue because you got a little bit of time if you need to slide and adjust, but be careful, don't pull your petals off. I do it sometimes, you know that? It can be a little rough. All right, there we go. We've got a nice full daisy. Going back to my Stampin' Pierce mat, let's work on the center of our daisy. Stamp side down. Take your pick tool with the ball stylus. And you're just going to roll around in a circle around the edge of that 1/2 inch circle until it curls itself into a little button that's about maybe 3/8 of an inch. So now it looks like a little button. We got a nice strong cup. We're going to add dimensional and peel it. And then we'll add a second dimensional. So double decker, peel it. And that little button is now ready to be the center of our daisy. What a cutie. All right, let's get the leaf. Stems are always too long with this leaf. Give it a trim. Little multi-purpose liquid glue on the back, on the stem. And then you can pop it right in between the petals. And just glue it right in there. Bring your little tea tote back in, and let's do some dimensionals. Now we want the dimensionals on the back of our hive, but we don't want it to show, so I like to put it on the packaging instead of on the hive, because we don't want any adhesive past the fold there. So we've got that right along the edge, centered right to left. Add your hive. You can grab a dimensional for the center of the flower. Add that little guy. Here's the fun part. We got our wire, and you got about 9 inches of craft wire here. And you need something that you can wrap this wire around. So I got a Sharpie here. You can use a Stampin' Write marker. Just wrap it maybe 3 times around. And then you've got a tab where you can glue. And on this side, then you're gonna take even smaller. So here we'll take, this is my paper piercer. And we're gonna wrap that end around the paper piercer. So you got a tight little curl on one end, and kind of a long, boingy, springy curl on the other. Good. Now if it's a little long, you gotta trim that down. I'm gonna use a little wire cutters here, little side cutters. I'm known to use my paper snips for it. Don't though, it'll dent the blade. I want some mini glue dots now. And I'm gonna take my glue dots and my take your pick tool. Let's get the one with the piercer. I'm going to add a little mini glue dot underneath my flower, or you can, if you want to, add it to the end of your wire. And then I'm going to put the little wire in against the hive. So you got the wire on there. Now on top of that wire, so the glue dot is under the wire. Top of the wire, you're gonna add a mini glue dot. So now you've got a sandwich. Go ahead and peel the mini glue dot, and you can stick the petals of the flower in there. Now you've got your little wire. Grab your little bug now. You're going to use a couple of mini glue dots right on the wire and add your bug. So what I'll do is I'll take my top one, add 2 mini dimensionals, then take my bottom one, got 1 mini glue dot, I'm going to put the bottom one on the wire. And then the top one is sticky. I'm gonna put the top one over the bottom one and sandwich it in the wire. There it is. We'll fill it with a treat. Your choice, chocolates or tea. I liked the tea because of the honey sticks. So we've got little tea bags here. Pick these guys up at Trader Joe's. It's one of my favorites. Oh, this is another favorite. I didn't know they were in there. I'm gonna throw these in there. You'll get the English breakfast, but if you're got a Trader Joe's around you, this organic pomegranate white tea is so good too. And I like that it's got a little clear cello wrap because it looks really cute in projects and it tastes great too. So there's that. Last step. I need my take your pick tool one last time. Gonna grab one of these little gilded gems just off the edge, like a little shine, a little ding on the center of our flower. We are done. That's 4 projects done in the Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom. If you've got any questions about the project, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, you know, reach out Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. And I'll see you in video number 5, where we'll make this fantastic treat box for a little bumblebee pen. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the online classroom. I'll see you in the next video.